Singapore has a world-class port and international airport, and a well-developed free economic system for commerce, tourism, communications, finance, and education. More and more companies and individuals from all over the world have set up companies or offices in Singapore as their Asia-Pacific regional headquarters or business management center. So, what are the advantages of registering a company in Singapore? 1. Singapore is a major transport hub. Singapore is the first stop for connectivity between Europe, America, and Asia. English is its official language. It has a stable political environment and a sound legal system. 2. Singapore's corporate tax system is simple. Singapore's tax system is simple in composition, with no restrictions on foreign ownership and no foreign exchange controls, thus providing investors with a relatively fair competitive environment. In Singapore, corporate income tax adopts a single-tier regional uniform tax rate corporate income tax system. Small or startup companies also have exemptions or subsidies, and large international companies can also apply for preferential tax rates from the government. 3. International trade advantages. Singapore is a free trade port. Before becoming an offshore financial center, Singapore was one of the most important free trade ports in Asia. It is located in a key position in the Strait of Malacca, and its sea and air transportation are very developed. 4. Government support policies and a good business environment. Singapore's national laws are formulated to establish and improve the business environment. The Singapore government has vigorously developed finance, technology, high-end manufacturing, high-end medical care, the internet, etc., and industry capital talents and leading companies have gathered here, with many opportunities. At the same time, Singapore has also established a complete social credit system and intellectual property protection system, making Singapore's business environment fair, transparent, and honest. 5. Double taxation avoidance agreements with multiple countries. The main advantages of a double taxation avoidance agreement include the avoidance of double taxation, reduced withholding tax, and preferential tax regimes. These advantages can help reduce the tax burden of a corporate structure. So, what are the conditions for establishing a company in Singapore? The Accounting and Corporate Regulatory Authority of Singapore is the only competent and registration agency for company registration in Singapore. All companies to be registered must submit a registration application to the Accounting and Corporate Regulatory Authority and wait for review and approval. There are 7 conditions for establishing a Singapore company. 1. The name of the Singapore company must be an English name. 2. Shareholders and directors. We can provide Singapore local directors. At least one local or foreign shareholder is required. At least one local resident director, Singapore citizen, Singapore permanent resident or Singapore work pass holder. There can be a maximum of 50 shareholders. Any number of additional local or foreign directors can be appointed. The director and shareholder can be the same person or different persons. The director must be a natural person aged 18 or above. The shareholder can be an individual or a corporate body. 3. Registered address. Our company can provide. The company must have a local registered address, commercial or residential. P.O. boxes are not allowed. 4. Registered capital and shareholders' shareholding ratio. Singapore companies usually have no strict time limit for the payment of registered capital, and no stamp duty is levied. The registered capital can be in Singapore dollars or other commonly used foreign currencies. 5. Company secretary. Our company can provide. Local resident and qualified company secretary required. The company secretary must be a natural person and not a body corporate. The sole director/shareholder cannot act as company secretary. 6. Singapore companies can choose up to 2 business scopes and they will be reflected in the business license. 7. The minimum registered capital of a company in Singapore is 1 Singapore dollar, and there is no upper limit on the maximum. There is no requirement for capital verification. Singapore company registration process. 1. Draft a company name, determine registered capital, and provide identification documents and address proof documents for shareholders and directors. 2. Hui Mai prepares registration legal documents, company articles of association, director appointments, board meeting resolutions, legal secretary, for you to sign, and the original copy will be sent back to our company after signing. 3. Submit application to ACRA of Singapore, obtain registration certificate and electronic registration information, prepare seal, steel stamp and other document sets. 4. Hui Mai International will hand over the full set of registration documents to you. Normally, it can be completed in about 7 to 10 working days, and get the full set of registration information, The specific time depends on the International Express delivery time. The above is an introduction to the advantages of registering a company in Singapore and the specific registration process. If you want to own a company in Singapore, you can leave us a message directly below the video. If you like our video, we hope you will like, subscribe and comment.